Hey, I'm Donna, and I am famously known for telling the internet that I would make micropayments on my debt every single day until I paid off my $232,000 worth of debt. There is a lot of new people here, and a lot of people have questions on how do I do it. So I've mentioned some things in some of my videos here and there, bits and pieces, but never in one place. So, if you didn't already know, my full-time job is I'm a mechanical drafter. My part-time job is I'm an adjunct at a local college teaching drafting. And then I guess you can say my third job is my side hustles, which is Uber and Spark. And my husband also works. So, I did some numbers and I kept up with my income for the entire month of July. So, for my full-time job, I brought home $4,086.09. For my part-time job, I brought home $986.80. Now, I do get child support. Though I added it to my income, I don't use it for bills. The child I get child support on, she has a lot of therapy and other doctor's visits, and I really just use that money for that. So I try to keep that put aside for those reasons. Now, my husband's job, step number one of paying off debt is you got to have an emergency fund. And right now, our bills are high. So I've got enough about 2 months worth of bills put back if anybody were to lose their job. But my bills right now, $5,600 a month, that's not going to get me very far. So right now we have 10% of his check going into our checkings account. That covers his gas to get back and forth to work, things like that. But 90% of his check is going into the savings account. I dip into it every once in a while, like here recently, to pay for school supplies and school clothes. But for the most part, we leave it alone. So out of his check, $468.43 went into the checkings account, but $5,560.47 went into the savings account. And then I made $442.16 with Spark, and then $1,166.50 with Uber, which put our total income at $13,672.89. So if you take away the child support, don't count that, that's $12,710.45. If you take away what we put into savings, that's $7,149.98. And if you minus my bills, that's only $1,536.34 left over. Now, that sounds like a lot, but that has to cover everybody's gas, groceries, dog food, everything we need for the house. And if you think about it, if you were to take away what I made from Spark and Uber, I'm in the negative. So basically what we're doing is we're living off of one income. We're being frugal. We're shopping the sales. We're budgeting our meals and everything we can to try to make it work. As I make these micropayments, my monthly bills will go down. My credit cards alone are probably costing me close to $1,000 a month. It may seem like a lot and that we're pumping a lot into savings, but my husband went to college about 1.5 years ago, so he wasn't working for a whole year, and that's kind of what got us in this mess to begin with. My check covered all the bills, but nothing else. Anytime we needed an oil change, credit card. If kids needed school supplies, credit card. Everything went on a credit card. And next thing you know, we're $25,000 in credit card debt, and it just turned into a hot mess. So now we're in a position where we can pump that money back into savings. So if something happens, so let's just say my husband loses his job. We don't have that money anymore. I at least have some backup money in savings to kind of tie us over for all the extra spending that I normally wouldn't have the money for. So now that he's working, I am trying my hardest to pay off as much as I can. We are skimping on stuff. We're doing everything we can so that way I can bring my monthly bills down. If I get those monthly bills down, we won't be in a position and I won't have to dip into savings. I know a lot of you think micropayments is a great idea, and don't get me wrong, it is. But some of y'all are in a position where you can't afford the extra daily payments. And that's okay. But the money's got to come from somewhere, right? So that's why I Uber and Spark. Don't get me wrong. When I get off of work, I am ready to go home and hit the bed. But them payments ain't going to make themselves. I started these videos to pretty much just hold myself accountable. I never in a million years thought that so many of y'all would follow along and support me and just lift me up. And let me tell you, it makes a world of difference. When I go to the comments, which I try my hardest to respond to each and every one of you. And some of y'all I don't get to, and I'm sorry. I mean, I get so many comments sometimes that I don't even get notified of them anymore. So, but when y'all are in my comments and you're like, oh my God, I'm so proud of you, that changes my day. That makes me like, oh, I need to go out and I need to make some money so I can make this payment for tomorrow for y'all, because y'all are just cheering me on and rooting me on. And let me tell you, that is the best feeling in the world when you have a whole community behind you cheering you on. It just changes your whole demeanor on things. So I know there are a lot of people on the internet doing this, and if you see somebody else like their post, comment on it, you know what? That will just make their day. All right. I follow several other creators that make videos every single day, and I make sure that I am on their video every day, liking, commenting, and letting them know I am so proud of you. Because the hardest part, number one, showing up, making the videos. Hardest part number two, staying motivated to continue to do it. And seeing that comment saying, I'm proud of you, keep going, that can change somebody's whole day. So I know this video is a long one. It's late. I have work in the morning. So if you stuck around this long, thank you again. And don't forget to go to my last video and like it and comment on it and do all the things and press all the buttons. And I would appreciate it. Love you. Bye.